the Chairman of the Committee on Labor Relations and Labor Operations, and brother President representative of Homes, Senatorial District, distinguished senators, and welcome. Respected colleague here, Honorable Susan, is bringing around the again, plus the tree, still around the work. We really reflect the working with Chief Kalu. Please take my regards to him. It's the man for the condition power and control, the private service, is out so my name is Michael the drivers of the members of the delegation here present, members of the staff, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the People's House. We call here the melting point of the needs of Nigerians. This is where we also call the solution hub to provide solutions to the higher needs of our country, Nigeria. All we do here is to listen to problems. All we do here is to put solutions to those problems. And those solutions are put in the legislative pots of the National Assembly. So you are welcome. You have to this your house, and to say the People's House. And I'm happy that you are participating in this, participating in democracy. I say so because democracy will only work when the people is meant for. Believe in the ethos and the principles of the party governments. You and I know that most of the states that were created during the military dispensation. There was no gathering like this, hardly so. The decision of the military to take the position, and that was very good. The delay was done. No? We want to Georgia. Not very well. We are engaging. And that is what democracy promotes. People to engage, people to talk to one another, people to agree to find a solution. And are you right in approaching the National Assembly for the answer is yes. That is why the Speaker asked me to welcome you morning. We were presiding for about 5 hours at the meeting before we had to find the budget for this day, and what an easy job. We would have loved to be here, but he was fine. And I really wanted to see me and see, so I'm ready to pass today. But there is one thing he has also informed me to relate to you, that he's going to meet few of the leaders by tomorrow afternoon So we for the hour, we can then to the school. The thing is that always, but also insisted that actually who was supposed to meet the deputy speaker, because in the National Assembly, we share our duties. In the beginning of the forum, like rightly pointed the duty of the social review falls within the mandate of the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives. So you are working on the right track to present issues, problems, constitutional amendment, state creation is a constitutional amendment issue. There is a president that has one of the things to put an instructions. This is president that we have with the foreign army. inequity, poor distribution of states, the lopsidedness of needs within the regions across the country, where the South is 12.5, and one is now 6, and area was 7. There's the president and has all the things to make sure that the history of Nigeria, the democratic president use the democratic process to create a state is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Whatever you're going to do, make him do this please 1 year. Lobbying is part of the democratic process, parliamentary process. Pushing the parliament with the idea and pushing the agenda is what democratic principles. When there's a fulcrum of democracy, which is the parliament, it is expected for you to do what you do. And in doing so, we want to always have the right stakeholders engaged in this. For you to reach out. Senators will be beyond the border of working very hard. But they are almost running Mr. Anioma. Yes, Mr. Anioma is also running. If he sees me 100 times, he talks about Anioma, he and good. And the secretary has been able to go on and if they know that we want the dream of the whole prosperity is to achieve the dream of dreams. Everything is politics. Nobody is going to bring anybody, nobody is going to ask anybody, it is going to be through dialogue. For me, if you ask me what I know, what I propose, I propose what will reflect the core indicators that we should look at in greater states. Geographical location, geographical spread, the history of the people, the heritage of the people, viability of that state, economic viability, the politics around the state. These are some of the things we are supposed to look at as we work towards plugging the gap. Who are my neighbors? Who is joining us? Why should they join us? How do you talk about where the chemical will be and where the chemical will be? That one is political. So we look at political engagement, we look at geographical engagement, we look at economic resourcefulness of that particular state that we want to take. We look at our history, our heritage. Because the man should not be alienated from his heritage. The man should not be displaced by the act of another man. From the history just mentioned, if the legalizer was written and the last thing of separated people, when our life goes beyond the boundary, then it needs to be revisited. Because water is not enough to cut and slice our heritage. So if we have history that goes beyond the boundary, we have culture that goes beyond the boundary. We have relationship that goes beyond the boundary as a people. Those who have been alienated should be considered displaced from their history. And those who are displaced should be brought back. This one will talk about displacement by reason of colonization. By the colonial masters, intention to divide the Igbos, divide and rule policy. You will have displaced. Kampala Convention that the president signed in recently, saying all the internally displaced people away from their heritage. An aspect of that convention that was signed It will be a pathway for him to be reunited to the place of mercy. So, this is the kind of argument which we take for. Is it viable? If the answer is yes, how have we produced the others? Because heritage is there. We dress the same way, speak the same language, worship the same traditional God, and the children. It's okay. So, but there is the issue. Communication. This is the conversation we should be having. Where the capital will be becomes secondary. The most important thing is the willingness, because you cannot force a willing master on a willing servant, or a willing servant on a willing master. On both sides, you could be master or servant and master. What I'm trying to say is that in partnership, a man does not partner with himself alone. He needs a hand of partnership extended from the other for you to bring our family. And this is not a project that will be anchored only by South, or anchored only by Southeast. Remember, what we want to increase is extra states in the Southeast. That was what I knew as convince the joint sitting of the senators and the House of Reps to accept that one extra state is needed for the Southeast. This is the truth. And Mr. President is watching how you go about it. Because no matter what you do, if you pass it in the parliament and the president is not convinced that it will not cause disharmony, it will not cause war, it will not cause, he will not accept to it. And it's not a big deal that goes to Mr. President that he has sent. Does it make sense? So we want to see the human elements in this negotiation. How are you agreeing with government to do this one? Everybody tells you we just use our example, and that is the end of it. No, remember, we still going to go around the whole country. And if the people in the north see that this one they agree for us to have extra one seat in the south, they are fighting each other about it. The people will encourage the people to vote for it alone. So it's a long walk that needs patience, that needs understanding, that is a give and take skills that must be used in security. Let me assure you that as long as I'm passionate about creating this trust in the Southeast, which has gave me the convince my colleagues, the National Assembly to accept for the first time, as long as I see the chairman of this committee, I will always prioritize having an extra state for the Southeast. And as the one I have in mind is the one that will involve my brothers who are outside now, joining with their brothers who are inside to become one. We are tired of having our brothers scattered all over. We want to consolidate. That way, we don't know what the South is the doors. Okay? That is what we are having. We are not going to steal it. It is our heritage. It is our entitlement to join with our brothers. We will give support to make sure that this negotiation, this engagement will be perfect. The President, let me repeat, is watching. What we do to him is what he will work with. I encourage you to give it peace. I encourage you to make it feel he's taking the right decision. I encourage you to make him know that if this decision is taken, nobody is going to fight it. I give you an example. To give consensus, as we speak to people who know there's no appeal. Because if the President insisted that stakeholders must engage to decide who represents, I will take you more on it. as the secretary of the election committee, I called on the national working committee of my party. I spoke the new government. So I can tell you that I was aware of most of the demonstration. Those things that look impossible, they are possible if others decide to sit to discuss with our Lord. So, Anioma, Maman! Anioma, Maman! Igbo, Maman! And my people will go to you now to again. I don't know where I'm going to do it. Because my own future service will be something like that. I'm telling you, I'm not going to laugh on. I don't laugh on. I'm lazy. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put one again. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Igbo, Maman! Igbo, Maman! Igbo, Maman!